Hello, I'm Brandy. Welcome to my channel, Rock Paper Planners. I'm starting a new adventure in 2020, and I decided to try filming it to keep myself accountable. I'm going to hold off on details on all of that so that we can dive right into unboxing my purchase from Ali Edwards Design. Let me just get this right on out of here for a second, and I'll start pulling things out for you to see. So we'll start out with the not so exciting stuff. In here we have, there we go. A 6x8 chipboard album. And I'm thinking I need to, maybe not. These are really, let's open it right up here. If we can. There we go. So this particular album was $24.99. I'm sure I probably could have gotten something very similar at a better price if I had wanted to shop, but knowing myself, I know that that would not have happened in a timely fashion. So I went ahead and grabbed one while I was placing my order. And it comes with page protectors inside. So it's like all ready to go. And if you've never done One Little Word, you might not know that there's different projects that go along with it throughout the year. So these page protectors are intended to help you store some of those projects. So you've got half page protectors, full page protectors there in the front, and then some quarter page protectors here as well. And then it has a nice little, bumping things around. I can't even think of the word, but for you to put a little something in there so that later on when you're storing the album, you know exactly what it was for. Also, I went ahead and got the One Little Word page marker. That doesn't go with the album, that goes with the journal that I also purchased, which kind of set off this little purchasing expedition. I'm going to hold off on that for 1 minute and first open up the One Little Word 2020 main kit, which this on the website at the time was $39.99, and I think it's still going at that price right now. This is a pretty cute little package, I gotta say. I love how everything will store right back into this pretty sturdy feeling envelope for holding on to later. So inside here, let's see what we've got. We've got some note cards and someplace here I have a cutter. Bear with me a moment. There it is. Try to be super careful with this so as not to damage anything, so that we can get a better look inside these note cards. Oh, not cards. It's more like a notepad. That one is pretty rigid. So they are like a lightweight cardstock. And let's just give a quick ruffle through here. I think they are, looks like they are all the same. So it says, if you can see there at the top, note to self, today was, and then you have awesome, great, pretty good, okay, meh, and hard, and then a spot to date, and some note-taking space there. There are also some monthly chip board items here, just the months of the year. Oh, those are pretty sturdy. Ooh, not that sturdy. Careful, Brandy. We'll be gluing that. So they're actually, we can tell now, kind of a wood product, but be gentle with them. Leave it to me. We have some cork stars. Let's see, should be able to see those pretty well, I think. And here we have some die cuts. Where's that edge? I'm all thumbs today. Of course, it probably doesn't help that I'm standing at kind of a funny angle to get this done and working through a back injury right now. So standing at funny angles is just not a good time for me. All right, so we have this cute little heart, this moment. Make it happen. Yes. Moving forward. So all kinds of things to kind of mark how you're going through the progress for the year. Doing my best. This day was awesome. This day was hard. I have a lot of those lately. Thankful for today. remember every little thing. I'm never good at that. This one, I'm not real sure if you're going to be able to catch that one, but it does say one beautiful day at a time, and this day will be remembered. So those are super cute. And then let's see, looks like some more. These are not feeling like paper die cuts. So we have, these are, oh, they're stickers, but they feel fabric-y, kind of like a patch or a badge. This one is Progress, Not Perfection. Finding My Way. This is me. This is my story. And today is the day. I'm in love with these. I'm a very tactile person, so some texture is always a welcome thing in my world. And then there are these adorable little hearts. Get this open here so you can see them a little better. These are plasticky. Super, super cute. I am loving, oh, polka dots. I love the polka dots. The only thing better than polka dots is plaid as far as I'm concerned. So those are adorable. We have, it is on the front here. These also seem to have a, yeah, these are plasticky, and it looks like all the months of the year. All of them in that same kind of font. And these are the cards that go in those quarter-sized pockets that we saw in the album. Boy, I'm not doing very good even with the cutter, am I? Gonna end up wrecking something else. There we go. So lots of quotes. Oh, and there's some journaling type cards in here. I forgot about that. That go along with the setting up for your one little word. This is always fun for me, defining the word. Your reason why. And all of these I will, after I get through setting up, walk through a little bit more carefully, but you get the idea. These all go into those pages, like I said. And then there are also some stickers. Let's take a peek in there and see just how many we get. Okay, so it's a single sheet. I'm going to leave it right on there. We have things like keep going, it will be okay, this is me, start now, never give up. I'm not going to read all of them for you. You get the idea. But basically some motivational type stickers. And then these are the tabbed dividers that go inside the album so that you can separate your months. And it looks like the patterns are going to be pretty similar to what we saw in those hearts just a minute ago. Have a peek. This one is some circles. I don't know. What do we have? There we go. So you can see a little better. There's some circles and that crisscross pattern. Tiny polka dots. I don't even know. This reminds me of fishnet stockings. And kind of a grid. Oh, there's one in front of the grid. The stripes, then the grid. Oh, those are like a triangular polka dot kind of pattern. Stripey stripes. A checkerboard. And we'll call that confetti. More polka dots. And then a real fine, I don't know if that's going to catch on the camera very well, but a real fine kind of lined pattern there. All right, now this is the part that I really, 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 really wanted to see. Like I said a minute ago, this journal is what kind of sparked the whole thing. I was already thinking about doing one little word and kind of exploring it, but hadn't really ventured too far into it yet. Holding off for Christmas break, which is next week. Teacher life. Let's get that right out of the way. So I'm going to move these, and let's take a peek inside this journal. So what I started saying, I was thinking about the one little word, and I had said that I wasn't going to spend any money getting ready for it this year, and then this order happened. But it started with the journal because I thought, when I tried one little word last year, it petered out for me for a couple of reasons. But I thought maybe the journal would help keep me moving. And when I got in to order the journal, I thought, well, you know what? I'm just going to dive right in and do the whole thing. So we're going to do just a quick little flip in the journal here. It's coil bound, as you can see. And let me just double check real quick so I can let you know. The journal was $29.99. I think I mentioned that the main kit was $39.99 and the album was $24.99. My little page finder that hooks in here, that was only $4.99. So it starts out with a table of contents, and it looks like each month is going to pretty much have the same kind of thing. We'll do a flip through to be sure. I see an end of year reflection at the end and some grid pages. Of course, right here at the beginning, a place for your one little word. And I like the idea already that it just kind of stands on its own there. And then you've got space for a vision board, defining your word, your reason why, which are things that we saw on the journaling cards. But I think it would be nice to have this space to kind of walk through all of that before going to the bigger project of the journaling cards. And you've got some room here to work it out and scribble and scratch and then get it finalized before you put it on those journaling cards. Oh, this is interesting. So you've got a space here. It says monthly self-portraits. Establish a monthly self-portrait challenge for yourself where you capture yourself as you are or as you're taking action, connecting with your word. Watching your growth reflected back to you over the course of the year is a powerful way to actually see the connection. So that's an interesting concept. And I love that I'm set out with a challenge right off the bat. And then you've got some space here for monthly intentions. It says, in the One Little Word workshop, we generally begin the year outlining intentions for the month to come. Another way to approach this is to create and document monthly goals for yourself, potentially with checklists. Start each month with a small list of goals specifically for that month related to your word. I love that that is all right here in one place. I have a goal planner that I picked up already, but each month is a separate place. I think the idea of having it all here on in one spread is kind of nice because you can look back and that sort of thing, a quote page, and then we're into the monthly. So the first thing that I wondered about when I ordered this and didn't really pay much attention at first was whether or not this was going to be dated, because it has occurred to me that maybe rather than writing in the journal itself, I might basically transfer the thoughts into like a dot grid notebook or something and do it there so that I have this to come back to. We'll see how that goes. So now you've got more goal setting space and then a reflections and note space and a spot at the bottom for this month's wins. And then, so this space is for revisiting previous words. Now, I only have done that for 1 year. So this will be pretty brief for me, but if you're someone that has been doing it for multiple years, this will be very, very useful space. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years worth of space there for revisiting your previous words. Another quote, happiness cannot be traveled to, owned, earned, worn, or consumed. Happiness is the spiritual experience of living every minute with love, grace, and gratitude. Okay, so then we're into February. Let's just take a quick little peek here through February. Same setup at the beginning. A space for companion words. Interesting. So it's not the same every month. Each month you've got something a little bit different to work with. Opposites, so like pulling out the thesaurus and thinking about that. What is the complete opposite of your word? And a smaller space to do the same kind of thing. How do both words exist in your life? I like the idea of making that comparison. Let's keep flipping through another quote page, and then we're monthly, and that same working through the goals and reflecting on them. And then March gives us an interview space. So you're supposed to interview a friend or family member about how they see your word working in your life. That could be interesting. I wonder who I could interview and how that would go. I have some pretty snarky friends. This is a space for brainstorming, but not any specific instruction what to brainstorm about. Another quote page, of course, and then April with that same beginning. And then we have a one small step section. What is one thing you could do right now, today, to move forward with the intentions you set for yourself at the beginning of the year related to your word? What single small step could you take today? Write it and then go do it. So it looks like each month you're going to get some different things to keep prodding you along. 15 minutes of reflection. And then we're on to May, same beginning. And then we're going to address fears and failure. What if I succeed? What's preventing me from moving forward? 3 things, right? 3 things you love about your word, and 3 ways you're challenged by this word and why. So as I suspected, it's looking like this is going to be a great tool to keep me working with my word throughout the year. Here we are in June, same beginning. And then a bucket list. I'm not great with bucket lists, which is something that I can dive into at another time. Let's just keep rolling for the sake of brevity here. And then we're going to explore additional meanings of your word. Is there another perspective you could bring, another angle you could investigate that would open up your overall experience with your word? Interesting, interesting stuff. We got another quote. Here's July. And in July, a visual connection. Do you have an icon or image for your word, such as hands for give or a light bulb for light? Having a simple visual connection to your word can be a powerful reminder of the things you hope to bring into your life. A nice space for reflection. Another quote. And then we're on to August. And in August, we're going to explore relationships, do a little wordplay, another quote. Then, of course, September with a currently page, thinking, feeling, loving, wanting, and a listing of things in progress. Something from the heart. I'm not going to dive into reading all the ready stuff. I just want to get a feel for this. So here's October, one small step, which we saw something similar early on, but that little reminder again towards the end of the year is probably not a bad idea. I'm going to pause for a moment here and say I am not in love with this paper. At $30 price point, I was really hoping for better paper. It's not got a great feel to it. And now I'm thinking, geez, I forgot to grab pens for a pen test. So I'll have to show you guys that another time. November, we're going to celebrate our progress. We're almost at the end, so this is a good time to do that. Another room for reflection. And then we hit December, same beginning again, of course. And we have a quote to respond to. I'm not going to read all that right now. Lots of room for that, though. That's good because I write big. And then we have the yearly reflection section with lots of space to kind of expand on that or do with what you want. This is a super tiny dot grid. I don't know if I can write on these pages. It will make me dizzy. So a couple quick thoughts on this purchase. The first being that it is going to provide the kind of prompts that I was hoping for. But I'm not, like I said, ecstatic about the paper. I'm also noticing, I don't know if you're going to be able to see. Yeah, I think you can. Brand new, just out of the package, and my cover is already warped. That does not give me hope for this thing holding up. It's really, it's just a chipboard cover with paper. And the other thing, I was not excited about coil binding. I've never liked coils. So I have flashbacks to high school when our coil bound 3 subject notebooks, the ends would get caught on my sweaters and all that happy jazz. I'm old, can you tell? This at least looks like that won't happen. There's no exposed ends that I can see, which is handy. We'll see if it stays that way because there's always some somewhere. But, so that's my preliminary look into what I have brought for, or purchased for One Little Word this year. You know what, I was going to gather all the pretty things, but we're just going to skip that and wrap things up because I don't want to go too long, of course. So if you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like. If you want to follow me on my One Little Word adventure, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. I'm planning to post once a month. I haven't decided quite on what time of the month that's going to happen, but probably early in the month. And finally, drop a comment below and let me know you were here. And if you've chosen your word for 2020, let me know what it is. Until next time, rock on.